Well, hello everybody. It's Jarrod Albrecht, the art sale artist, here with a bit of a pop-up video, unscheduled. I'm pretty excited because a couple of days ago, my GI Joe Dragonfly from Classified came in, and so I thought I'd open it with you guys. Say hello. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Veterans Day. I mean, what better day to unbox some G.I. Joe stuff than Veterans Day? So we are going to do that. And yeah, I'm not in my usual studio for Longbox. This is sort of the yard sale artist headquarters. And I had to move out here because this thing is big. This was not going to fit on my, on my table in the usual broadcast booth. So I'm out here on the in sort of more of the workout area with the workout headset on. I know it's a different sound and a different look, but hey, we're gonna open this stuff together. So anyway, yeah, I backed the GI Joe Classified Dragonfly, and it came in. So let's find out, what this is all about. Oh man, I've had a busy morning already. Hope you guys are having a good day. I hope a lot of you have the day off and you're enjoying that. To all my fellow veterans out there, I want to wish you a very, very happy Veterans Day. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you're hope you're in some well-earned rest. I want to say hey to Courtney Holland in the chat, who always stops by to say hello. Hey, Courtney. And she says happy Veterans Day to me as well, and that's awfully nice of you, Courtney. Thank you. So anyway, the packaging already looks real firm. I'm sure plenty of Joe fans have beaten up Hasbro about their packaging over the last few years, so they're super paranoid. But they've got these neat plastic bumpers in to help cushion and brace the interior boxes, so that's neat. I also want you guys to place bets on how long it's going to be before I knock my drink off the table. It's probably going to be pretty soon. All right, so is this one big box or two little boxes? I think it might be one big box. I'm going to try to dump it out. Y'all pray for me on this one. Oh, by the way, it's pretty heavy. I think it weighs around, I think the box said 20 pounds. So I didn't realize it would be so heavy. All right, so the exterior box is now off. I'll toss that over there off screen. And it's got more of these bumpers. Courtney just bet 10 minutes. It'll take 10 minutes before I knock the cup off the edge. Trying to unbox this. All right, so now we have the box within the box. I wonder how many boxes are going to be inside the box. Anyways, let's check it out. Opening the box within the box. So I'm pretty fired up about this because as a kid in the 80s, I had a lot of G.I. Joe toys. I was a little bit spoiled in that regard. I'm sure that my brother, the Weasel Skull, will agree. But one toy that I did not have was the Dragonfly, which always bothered me because my dad is an Army helicopter pilot, and my dad flew the AH-1 Cobra, and that's essentially what a Dragonfly is. It is very, very, very extremely similar to an AH-1 Cobra from the United States Army. And that always kind of bugged me. I was like, I have all these G.I. Joe toys. My dad is an actual soldier, and this is what he flies. So why in the world did I never have one? You would think my dad would have. I mean, he bought me a ton of cool toys. Okay, first of all, this box is pretty super sweet. Let's take a look at this. So now I finally have one. There's the front of your box. That's pretty neat. Got the Dragonfly XH1 on the top. Side view. Boy, I'm going all out for you. This is like an exercise video. Side view. Bottom. What up to Heinz K in the chat? And yes, Courtney, you're right. Jason did eventually get a Sky Striker because I bought one for him. I had a Sky Striker as a kid, but Jason never had one. I did eventually buy one for him. All right, this is a good looking box, you guys. The art is pretty neat. It is heavy, though. I'm not gonna lie. This thing is heavy, much heavier than I would have suspected. All right, I guess it's time to open this box. Let's see. There's a sticker here. All right. Okay, it looks like a as I open it, it looks like it has a 3-tray system in there. So I'm going to go down here. I haven't knocked the cup over yet, Courtney. I'll pull out see if I can pull out the top tray. All right. Yep, there's the top tray. This is the middle tray. And now the bottom. Oh, goodness. All right. Very, very cool packaging. Looks nice. They definitely did a good job on that. I like it when they pay attention to those little details. I mean, it's not required or anything. I'm really just all about the vehicle. And funny thing, Heinz says I look like a kid at Christmas. I kind of feel like one. Again, I never had this Dragonfly. I never had the original Dragonfly as a kid. I always wanted it since that's, like I said, what my dad flew. So here's our 3 boxes. And I am pretty excited. I finally have one. And I don't even collect Joe vehicles anymore. Like, all I do is collect mainly 3 3/4 figures, and I do collect some classifieds as well. And speaking of which, oh my! Now I have not been keeping up with, like a lot of people keep up with the Hasbro, the HasLab, bonuses and stuff like that. If we get X amount of backers, you get this and that. I haven't kept up with any of that. So all I expected, and actually I wasn't even super expecting, like 75% chance hoped that this would come with Wild Bill. Now, those of you who kept up with the development and all the online stuff, you probably know better. But I don't know better, but I'm just now finding out. So here is the Wild Bill figure that I expected. I did not know that would also be in for Ripcord, Jane Glinda Mulligan, and Crazy Legs, David Thomas, aka Crazy Legs. So not only did Dave Thomas found Wendy's, but he's also Crazy Legs. This is very exciting to me because, again, I just, this is all Delvin's fault, by the way. I had heard this was getting done, and I was very tempted because, like I said, never had Dragonfly as a kid, always wanted Dragonfly. And then Delvin sent me the link because a friend of his sent it to him, and Delvin forwarded it to me, and he was like, hey, here's the link where you can back that Dragonfly if you want. And honestly, I think it was like $300, but I was like, all right, this is I don't collect the vehicles, but this is the one thing that I always wanted. I always wanted the helicopter that my dad flew. So I figured I'll do it. And I'm very, very, very pleased that it comes with 4 guys, 4 figures. That is really cool. Which you can't really see because my name is in the way. I just displayed them in a really stupid place. But to have the 4 figures is super cool to me. That was a complete surprise. Again, not a surprise to those dyed in the wool Joe guys that have been sort of watching it and knowing what's going to come with it. I didn't know. I was hoping for Wild Bill. So that is really cool. In fact, I'll do the smart thing, and I'll try to move those over to where you can see them better. There's Wild Bill and Crazy Legs. I always liked Crazy Legs when I was a kid. Thought he was a cool guy. And Ripcord. And then the one I'm not as familiar with, Glenda. I probably know her from a cartoon or a comic book, but it's not coming to me. But anyway, 4 figures really makes me feel better about the $300 investment. I'm not going to lie. All right, that's box 1. Now, Courtney in the chat says that I got to build this, and I'm going to try to. I'm going to try to build it here today on this live stream. Let's see. Okay. Opening box 1. What do we have here? Looks like probably the canopy. This is going to be huge. I got a big transparent plastic piece here. That is clearly going to be clearly going to be the canopy. Oh man. I mean, I figured this was going to be pretty big because You know, it's to the classified scale. And the classifieds are, I think they're what, 6-inch figures, I think? So pretty much almost double the original Joes. All right, what else is in here? We've got kind of a, not sure what that's going to be. Guess we'll find out together. Okay, we got some, looks like main rotor head stuff. Okay. And looks like some winglets. Very cool. And some armament. These look very much like Hellfire missiles that the Army uses in their attack helicopters. And don't you worry, I'll go all into my nerdy stuff around Army helicopters, because I've worked in and around Army helicopters almost my whole life. As a kid, of course, my dad being an Army helicopter pilot, I've been around them. Then I did an Air Force career, and then after my Air Force career, I was a training guy. I taught mostly leadership classes for the contract that has all the maintenance, the helicopter maintenance on Fort Rucker. So I've been around helicopter maintenance or Fort Novacell. They just renamed it not too long ago. I want to say hi to Random Rick Reviews, who has an outstanding comment where he says, stuff. Yeah, I got stuff. Okay, so this big box, the biggest of the three, is the meat of it, because here's the instructions and some stickers and some more armament, larger missiles, cannon, some sort of some whoosh effects, if you will. You know, the flame coming out the back effects, some more whoosh effect stuff, rocket pods, rotor blades. Looks like tail fins. It's got a second layer to it with the main body of the chopper. Okay, so I was wrong. That clear piece is not canopy. I wonder what it's for. Interesting. Oh, I bet it's some kind of a display stand. Now that I think about it, it's probably a display stand, which I may not use, because my plan is, once I build it, I have a pretty high ceiling out here in my my sort of man cave building, and I'm probably going to get some fishing line and hang it from the ceiling, because I don't have a ton of space to display things, which is the reason why I don't do vehicles in general. I just don't have the space for it. I just collect mainly 3 3/4. When I find a good deal on classifieds, I pick them up. But again, this was what my dad flew, and I always wanted it, and I never had one. So I guess this is going to end up being some kind of a display stand. That's interesting. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Okay. Let's get the paperwork out here. Got plenty of decals. I like, you have your sort of choice, by the way, it looks like, of decals of how you want to do it. They have sort of the classic tiger teeth kind of looking. This is sort of the very classic Joe. And then they have this one here that's like very zombie oriented. So you have your classic sort of tiger teeth selection, and you have your zombie oriented. It looks like zombie stitches and zombie teeth and zombie eyes. It's kind of neat. It's got zombie Wild Bill on one of these stickers. Like, it's pretty cool. Each one of these there. Yeah, each one of these is their own thing. And a question in the chat from Random Rick Reviews. He said, did I teach people how to get to the chopper? You're close. I do remember teaching some classes on how to people to get out of the chopper. I taught some classes on the emergency evacuation system for the AH-64 at one point. So you are close. More out of the chopper than into the chopper. And then Random Rick Reviews also says, well, now they're trying to get you to buy another one because of these stickers, so you can have them modded out in the different the different types. And you're probably right. They're probably trying to get you to buy another one. I am definitely going to go with the more classic because, like I said, that's what I was wanting as a kid. All right. Looks like I have my instruction book, and that's just looks like this is the this. So building shall commence shortly here. I tell you what, I don't know if I'm going to need it, but I'm going to go to the back of the yard sale artist headquarters here and grab a pair of scissors. Want to have those handy. Let me take a look. Anything else I feel like we should need off of my junk table? Let's see here. Yeah, I got my spectacles. Spectacles might come in handy on this one. All right. So just in case we need scissors, it doesn't say we do, but just in case, we shall see. Yes. I want to say hi to Coffee Comics. Thanks for stopping in to say hello. All right. I'm gonna get my spectacle on here. Let's see. All right. All right. It's sort of the classic G.I. Joe fold out. So yeah, by the way, that thing is definitely the standee for it. These are the standees. Which I probably won't use because I'm planning on hanging it from the ceiling. So I'm gonna set those off to the side. All right. Oh, this also takes batteries. I didn't know that. Like, I guess it makes noises and whatnot. I didn't know it was gonna have that function. Again, Delvin sent me the link. I cursed his name for it because he cost me $300, but we all know I wanted it. So actually appreciate the heck out of him for it. So I didn't know it was going to have, I didn't follow any of the details of its development or what it was going to come with. So I'm really pleased about the 4 figures that came with it. And now I'm excited to note that it has some sort of an audio component to it. I see the battery chamber there. I'll probably put the batteries in it later. I don't think I have any batteries out here in the building. I think I have to go back to the house for batteries. Although I'm certain I have batteries out here somewhere. It's just a matter of organization. All right, removing some stickers. Okay, sticker came off good, didn't leave any residue. Trying to get this wrap off. This is like the most well done wrap of all time. There we go. All right, wrap is removed. Over there. So this is the main body of it. It has this clear bar that's been sort of tied on there. I think it's to make sure that the skids don't get smushed together. I think it's a spacer. I might leave the clear bar on there. These twines are tough to get. Well, they might not be that tough. If I pull it just right, yeah, there we go. If I pull it just right, the knot begins to undo. Hey, I want to say hi to Derek B, who popped in and said he can't stay. I appreciate you stopping by, Derek. As I try to figure out how twine works, I was going in such a good direction there for a minute. Got it untied. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. All right, twine off of that one. Yeah, twine off of this side. Derek B says he's watching this while he's in an Uber. So that's got to be a first for the Longbox Crusade. Somebody watching while they're being Ubered. But man, it's really cool of you to stop by and say hello, man. Coffee and Comics asked about batteries. Oh, Derek's coming at us from Lakeland, Florida. Yeah, we'd love for you. If you're not ready to subscribe, and Derek, we'd love for you to do that. We do all kinds of fun stuff over here. But I was saying that Coffee and Comics asked Does it come with batteries? I didn't see any batteries in the package. I may have missed it. We'll see. Not too concerned about, because again, I'm gonna hang it from the ceiling, which this ceiling is, I think, peaks at 12 feet, I think. So it's up there. It's not like I'm ever gonna be pressing the button or anything. I'm considering leaving that clear bar that keeps the spacing of the skids. I'm considering leaving that on there too, just because, you know, it does sometimes get hot out in the building, and you know, over the years it will lead to some amount of flex and misshapenness. So I'm thinking about just leaving that on there. It's not really an eyesore. So okay, I think I have us good to go on that. All right, so step 1 says to put the tail boom into place. And just so you know, I'll show off some more of my weird Army helicopter knowledge. You actually have to get certified to work in the tail boom area, like, because you can actually crawl up into there. And it's a tough place to work because obviously if you have claustrophobia, it's real tough. Pardon me while I wipe my face. It's not particularly hot out here, but right before we went live, I just did a 2.5 mile jog. So I'm still kind of cooling down from that. Anyway, it's a tight space, and of course you are dealing with fumes like gas fumes, you know, that kind of thing. So this is supposed to snap in here like that. So yeah, you do have to get a certification to work in the tail boom. You have to get special training. All right, that snapped in pretty nice. So now we know the basic length of this thing, pretty large. As I said, probably about double the size of the OG version. All right, so the tail boom is in. I'm supposed to put the two small winglets in and the 2 tail fins. So I got to find those. All right, here's the tail fins. Coffee and Comic says if the tail touches the ground, does that mean you lowered the boom? You know what? Yes, it does. It does. You silly man. All right, so these are supposed to snap in. I think they're exactly the same. I don't think there's a right side or a wrong side to them. They do look exactly the same. So I'm just going to see how this goes. Everybody wish me well. Okay, first click went good. Second click went well as well. There we go. Seated in there nicely. So that's cool. Next up is the winglets. Now, these are the main wings, not the winglets. Let's see if I can find these. Is that what the yellow ones are? Is that the yellow ones? I think it is. I think it's these yellow ones. Let's find out. Yellow winglet. One goes in here, like so. Yellow winglet number 2 is in there like so. Oh, look at that. They even synced up. That's interesting. Wow, I didn't see that coming. Oh, I lost a winglet. We got a man down. That's weird that they synced up, but yet it didn't seat in. I guess I need to pop it in a little better. Oh. All right, let's try that again. Okay. That one still feels good. This one, maybe I didn't seat just right. Let's try that again. Oh, I see. When I twist it a certain way, it wants to pop out. So once you get it in, leave it alone. If you twist it too much, it wants to pop out. So once you get it seated, don't mess with it. That's my advice. All right, now the bigger ones. They also go in during step 1. Okay. Geez, this is impressive because like even the color coordination is correct because it has the green light on left side, red light on right side on the winglets. This is a good attention to detail for these. All right, let's see if we can get you to pop in with a satisfying pop. Not so much. Wanting to fight me a little bit. Oh, I see. I think I might be on the wrong side. I want to make sure. Ah, well, I guess I'm taking that clear bar off now, which I can always put on later. I think I misspoke. I think I had my colors backwards. And let's see here. Yeah, I did. It's green on right, red on left. I always want to say right on red because it's like a driving procedure. Yes, that's much better. There we go. Nice, satisfying click on those two. Much, much better. Oh, wow. Really, really coming together nicely. And there's also like little places that you can pop open and look inside on the engine cowlings and whatever. I'm not going to fool with that right now because, again, I just want to get this solidly built. But it's a lot of neat detail going on here. Hey, have fun picking up groceries there. Coffee and Comics. Thanks for stopping by, dude. It's always good to see you. And while we're here, we're doing main rotor blade. This is the most important part of a helicopter. Makes the whole thing work. All right, so we got our blades here. One of the more fun things I ever did when I was training with the helicopter, being a trainer for the helicopter maintenance company, was some company had invented a new way to move blades, like it was called a blade clamp, and a thing that you actually clamp to the blades without, so it wouldn't bend it or hurt it. And then you hook it to a hoist, and so you can just pick them up and like get it right where you want. And then the mechanic would actually affix it. So it was a neat thing. It was called the McNally blade clamp. And it was one of my favorite things I got to teach because, it got me out into the hangar floor and I got to fool with fun stuff out on the hangar floor. Anytime you get to do that kind of stuff is fun. As much as I do love the majority of my teaching being the leadership stuff, the McNally blade clamp was definitely one of my highlights. Boom. And we're in. We now have helicopter blades. Pretty cool. We are doing good. Yeah, right now, I don't have a ton of complaints. My only one is this yellow piece again. I think if I twist it too much, it wants to pop out. And I may put this little clear spacer bar back in at the end. We'll see. All right, I think that's all of step 1. Okay, so step 2, we are going to be adding some armament type things. I think I'm going to need one of these, maybe. I think that's what these are for. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Courtney. Appreciate you joining me on this. Okay, we've got some kind of a rocket launching type of doohickey here. Hard to tell which side goes on which unless they are foolproof, which they might be. I think they are. So I think that one goes on that side. And this one goes, I think we want this way. Yeah. This one goes on that side. There we go. Then we put on the rocket pods. Here they are. And I think I'll probably just do the stickers after the build, after the live stream, because that's a bit more precision, and I want to really take my time on those. All right, so I've got rocket pods, which look like they go insert from beneath like that. Yep. What I like about the stickers, though, is one of the rocket pods has a stickers that you put on it, and it says chips, and the other one says salsa. So it's chips and salsa. All right, rocket pods are fixed. And next up, looks like we have a hoist. Yep, here it is. Here's the hoist that goes. That's interesting. You pull it down and then you wind it back up. Oh, okay. So it's got a little hoist that you, with a hook, you pull it down and then you wind it back up using this right here. And they are recommending to put the hoist under the swing. There we go. Hoist attached. On the other side, some sort of a mounted gun with a really cool belt-fed ammo strip. So is that this gun? Yeah, I think it is. That's kind of a neat looking, gnarly looking gun. It's got, with, like I said, with the belt-fed ammo. That makes it look pretty cool. See, I guess that would go in there. And then that's, oh, I see. Okay. I wonder if they have a particular order. Okay. Okay, so there's where the ammo belt goes. Click. And then the gun itself goes here and should click into place. Trying to sync it up with the ammo belt itself. There we go. Now, there it goes, popped. Good deal. All right, now we got an extra cannon with ammo belt. Rocket pods, we got those. And it looks like the tow missiles. Oh, okay. You can choose between tow missiles and rocket pods. So these rocket pods come off, and you can use the. I'm not sorry. These are not tows. These are Hellfires. You can choose, like you guys care, right? You can choose between the rocket pods and the Hellfire missiles. Hey, what's up, Jim the Joe Junkie? He's my other G.I. Joe freak. In fact, he knows a lot more about it than I do. In fact, I think you ordered this, Jim. You can tell me in the chat. You probably knew it came with 4 guys. I just expected Wild Bill. I was really pleasantly surprised to find the other 3 guys. So, yeah, rocket pods or Hellfires. I'll have to figure out how best I want to display that. Okay, step 3's got these larger missiles. I'm not sure what kind these are. I see a ton of Hellfires in my everyday, and before that it was tow missiles, but I'm not sure what these are. I haven't really seen these where I work out or worked out at Fort Novacil. There you go. There you go. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So we've got those on. And now we get to play with the little bursts of fire. This burst of fire is for the minigun in the front. There we go. So you can make it look like your minigun in the front is, I can't swoop this around so you can see it, is shooting. Pretty cool. Okay. And you can use another one of those for the big chain-fed gun that we just put on it. There we are. You know, I have not needed the scissors or any other crazy tool, so I have to give it up to Hasbro for developing a pretty easy to build system. So there you go. I have the minigun firing, and I have the big belt-fed cannon on the side also firing. That's pretty super sweet. And then the rockets on the side, they come with flame as well. That's optional. I'll probably go ahead and put mine on. Yeah, it's an easy put on anyway. Put that one on. Oh, Jim says he didn't order it. Well, you know, some people think they're Joe junkies, I get. And that's all right. No, I understand, Jim. And you're right. You're absolutely right on all the figures I talked about when I took them out. You're absolutely right. It is Wild Bill, Glinda, Crazy Legs, and Ripcord. And, you know, I'm glad you're here in the chat, Jim. Glinda, is she more of a cartoon thing, or am I forgetting her from the comics? You'll have to remind me. I can't remember where Glinda comes from. All right, so we have our armament on. The next, that's really all the build steps, to be honest with you. All the build steps have been completed. After this, it's really, you know, your choice if you want to put the Hellfires on. And we've got these larger fire things here. I wonder what those are for. Oh, you can use those on, I think you can use these on the missiles as well. That's kind of, oh, I see. Oh, this is kind of cool. I definitely want to play with this. Let's play with this for a second. Let's play with this. This is really, really neat. Once I figure out how to get open. I see your follow-up comment, Jim. I just refuse to read it. So there's that. In about 6 to 10 days, I will eventually get the better of this wrap. There we go. Here we go. It's starting to go. Okay, so this is really neat. This is really neat. Really, really neat. Because I have the little flames coming off of this. Let's play with that a bit. Let's take off the rocket. Boy, once they're on there, I like a snug fit, but give me a break. There we go. Okay. You can take this and put it on there, and then put the rocket on the end. So now you have this really cool effect of him firing the rocket. How neat is that? How freaking neat is that? Oh, it's about 11 times cool right there. That is really super sweet. Super, super sweet. Okay. Probably do that on both sides. And then I'm thinking about, I think I can put these little ones on a couple of the Hellfires. So I might trade out rocket pods for Hellfires. Oh, okay. Thanks for the info in the chat. Jim said Glinda was originally a foreign release, an Argentinian G.I. Joe figure. And I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, Heinz K just sounded off and said, this is looking awesome. And you're absolutely right. It really is. This is a neat effect. And it kind of goes into like all the little things you can do with like those hatches I was telling you about. You can open a few hatches and you can open the cockpit and all that jazz. Again, once I get this kind of in the setup that I want it, it's just going to get hung from my ceiling. Goodness gracious, let go. There we go. All right. And so I won't really be messing with a lot of the other functions like the battery stuff and the noises and whatnot. I probably won't really ever mess with that. I might do it right before I hang it up just so I know what it sounds like. There's the button for it right there. But man, yeah, so now I have it outfitted, firing the guns, firing the rockets. Looks really, really neat. Got that going on. Said I might swap out the rocket pods for the Hellfires because it looks like you can make it use this, yeah, to make it look like he's launching a Hellfire, one of the 4 on each side. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there we go. I think I will do that. As much as I like the rocket pods, Hellfires are going to be the way I go. So fun fact about Hellfires, they have a clear tip on the actual missile, and that clear tip is looking for the laser. So you shoot the laser like a laser pointer from the helicopter itself, and then the Hellfire missile tracks that laser into target. And what's really cool about it is you've heard maybe sometimes about Marines or Army troops lasing the target, which is cool because then the Marine or the soldier or whatever can, let's say they're on the roof of a building 2 blocks away, they can see the target, they can hit it with the laser, then the helicopter can fire it, and then it'll hook into that laser that the soldier or the Marine or whoever is shooting, and it'll hit the target. So it's really kind of cool. Downside is we've done a lot of warfare in sandy, deserty climates over the last several years. And when you kick up enough sand, it really dissipates that laser. So it can be challenging sometimes. I mean, obviously the technology's gotten better over the years, but it can really dissipate that laser beam and make it hard for the missile to track. So that's the downside. So early in the original Gulf War, like I said, my dad was a helicopter Cobra pilot. They came with tow missiles. They don't use a laser. They use an actual wire. So when you fire the missile, there's a literal wire spooling off behind it, and the guy in the cockpit is controlling the missile kind of like a joystick to target. And they ended up using a lot of those in the first Gulf War because of the sand factor. The sand kicking up made the laser designation part difficult. But if you actually had a hardwired laser like a tow, it didn't matter. So they started using a lot more tow missiles. So yeah, these back fins are adjustable. These fins are adjustable. You can look into a couple components here. Obviously, you can open, close the cockpit. And again, I'm not going to mess with too much of that because this is definitely going to be a from the ceiling display piece. But I pretty much have it done. Other than I will probably come back and put the stickers on it. But I'm going to hop up off my perch here and bring it in for a close look for you guys. And hey, I never did knock that soda down. All right. This is the part where I probably drop it. Okay, so here it is. Up close and personal. I got it firing a lot of different things because it's a lot of fun. But there it is. The toy I never got as a kid. The one Joe toy that I desperately wanted because it's what my dad flew. And we'll do one more bit of silly G.I. Joe military knowledge before I go. And that is this is definitely based more off of a Marine Corps model Cobra than an Army one. And I say that because it has 2 engines. A twin engine version is called the Whiskey Model Super Cobra, and those were pretty exclusively used by the Marine Corps. The Army version had 1 engine. Now, another big difference is the Dragonfly never had a tail rotor, which is, necessary to a lot of. There are NOTAR, NOTAR, which stands for no tail rotor, aircraft that uses the exhaust blast to compensate for the side-to-side movement. And I think that's what they're going for here. But other than that, this is very much a Whiskey Model Super Cobra that the Marines would use. Okay. I think I've done it. Again, I'll come back later to affix the stickers. I'll figure out which ones I like. I'm probably going to go with the classics. And thanks a bunch for being here. All you guys in the chat made this a heck of a lot more fun. Jim, I always appreciate you dropping the knowledge about, the Argentinian figure. I knew that her name sounded familiar, but I don't think I have a Glinda. But anyway, this has been awesome. Thank you guys so much for spending this time with me. My little keyboard here. And make sure to, of course, if you're checking us out on YouTube, we'd love the like and the subscription and all that. We have a lot of fun stuff that we do here on Longbox. This is sort of an oddity. Whenever I get something cool in the mail, I try to do one of these. Like I said, I had to set it up out here in my my art sale artist space today. But this has been a lot of fun. And thank you for joining me. Check out the stuff on the Longbox Crusade. Stop by and say hi to us on social media. We are at Longbox Crusade, be it here on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram. If you go to any podcatching service and type in Longbox Crusade, you'll find our many, 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 many podcasts, a couple of which are G.I. Joe. I'm on G.I. Joe Chronicles with my buddy Pat, and we are talking Devil's Due G.I. Joe and G.I. Joe Special Missions from Marvel right now. And then Jim the Joe Junkie, he has G.I. Joe Chronicles Outpost, where he's covering like literally everything else G.I. Joe. He's right now he's really deep into the early days of the toys, cartoons, and comics. So we'd love, if you want more G.I. Joe content, come see us there. If you just want to see our wackiness, silliness, we do a lot of different stuff. So Longbox Crusade. Thanks again, guys. I will go ahead and end stream. This has been a blast. Thank you for spending your time with me. Everybody who sounded off in the chat, you guys make this fun. All right, we'll catch you guys later. I'm Mac Froze.